All right, everybody, with us this week, we're joined by Josiah Didier, the captain of the Providence Bruins, 9-year pro hockey veteran, joins us on the podcast. And we're excited to have another Providence man on the show, and we're excited to talk some hockey. So how's everything going? And welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, everything's going great. Thanks for having me, guys.
So I'm going to cut to the chase here. Hard-hitting questions right away. You had the probably the best beard in the the AHL the past couple of years. Why'd you go short this year, man? Was it just like needed a new change, or was the beard just a one-time thing, or what?
No, I love the beard. I think as I'm getting older, the beard makes me look even older. So I think keeping it a little shorter makes me look a little younger. So kind of going for that look this year.
Fair enough. We'll see in the wintertime, though. Maybe grow it back out.
Exactly.
But it's the summertime.
Was hoping to have a little longer going through playoffs a little farther, but didn't happen. So that's all right.
That's all right. So let's kick it off to your early days. You grew up in Littleton, Colorado, right outside of Denver. At the time of your childhood and bringing up, was hockey big there? Like, in that perspective, obviously it's grown immensely now, but in your childhood, was that like the main sport everyone played?
No, I don't think so. I think it was just starting to get big, with the Avalanche coming to town a couple years after I was born, and then they won those 2 cups. And I think once they won those cups, that's kind of when hockey started to explode. And since that time, there's been a lot of great players to come out of the state of Colorado. So it's been fun to be able to be a part of that group and come from a great state of hockey.
So when the Avs, yeah, go ahead, Will.
I was going to say, and when was that moment for you that you realized, hey, let me go against the grain, let me hop into this trend, and let's pick up the sticks and the hockey bags and let's go to work?
Yeah, I mean, I started playing when I was around 5. My dad grew up in Chicago. He was a big Blackhawks fan, and my mom's Canadian, so I guess it's kind of in my blood. But around 5, and then I think around like 14 was when I was like, this is what I want to do, and went all in.
So obviously you're 6'3", you've got that sort of big bruiser defenseman build, right? Were you always sort of the defensive guy? Like, was that the position you played growing up, or was there a time that, maybe you hopped in the ring as a forward or thought, man, maybe I could be like a right wing or left wing or something like that?
Yeah, no, I started out as a forward. I started out as a right winger. Growing up, Joe Sakic was my favorite player. So I kind of I wore 19, kind of wanted to be like him, and then I think around 12, when I was 12 was when my coach switched me to defense, and I've been there ever since and loved it.
So that journey takes you to Denver. Jim Montgomery was the head coach towards the end of your time at Denver. I mean, firstly, what was, the reviews on Monty are all, people's guy, really good guy to be around. And obviously we saw that in the regular season with the Bruins this year. What was it like playing for him at Denver? And did you know at the time, that did you ever look at him? Obviously, you spent a lot of time with him as a captain of the team there too. Did you think he ever had a future in the NHL?
Yeah, definitely. When Monty came in, we were a great program, obviously, at Denver the whole time I was there. Historically, we've always been amazing. And, when he came in, that was kind of a big change, from having Gwozdecky there for over 20 years. And then for Monty to come in, and he stepped up right away. All the boys, we loved playing for him. And I think he gets the best out of everybody, and it makes you want to play for him, and you want to win, and you want to win for each other. And, we kind of saw that at Denver. And, I think it took some time to get like the kind of guys he wanted in there, in terms of recruiting and all that stuff. But see his success is not a surprise at all for me. I kind of saw it right away, coming from Dubuque. I think I played against him when he was coaching in Dubuque, and then to have him as a coach in college and just to play for him, it's so much fun. And, you learn so much, and you just compete and you battle every day, and it's fun. He makes it fun too. And so that's why you want to win. And so, he's had success at every level he's been on, and that's been no surprise.
Any Monty stories you have that you're willing to share?
I don't know. I think just like, it's, I remember one in college, he joked about me losing my hair in college. It was starting to thin out, and now I'm bald. So just like him. So he kind of predicted it while I still had hair. So that's kind of funny.
Well, it serves him right. History, sort of dragged him down with you at least. So
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's a good sport about all that stuff. Though Monty, I will say, has so many stories about like Russia and those things, and playing hockey and just like these incredible places. So I mean, you could tell this guy is one of the most well-traveled NHL coaches that are active right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's just got so much knowledge to learn from, and I think that's why everyone has so much success. It's like he can relate to everybody and all the players, and I think he's just such a great players coach.
Right on, right on. And at your time at Denver, I mean, is there a moment that stands out as your career highlight, from your college career, or any players that you got to see grow and succeed later on, or while they were at Denver, any moment that really, brings a smile to your face when you think about your time at Denver?
Yeah, I think, obviously is an amazing 4 years. It was my dream school. Growing up as a kid, growing up there, going to games, that's where I wanted to go. And so to have the opportunity to go there and become part of the Denver hockey family, that's truly been amazing. And, it's so many people that I didn't even play with that, were really close friends just because it's that family. But I think one thing, we won the first year of the NCHC hockey conference. I think it was Monty's first year with us. We won it that year, and we had to win it to get into the tournament, and it kind of kept the 20-win season streak alive at Denver, which I think they still have going to this day. So that was kind of a really special moment to win a championship, and obviously wasn't the big one with the national championship, but they've won 2 cents. So I feel like I was kind of a part of those, just being a part of the Denver family.
You've laid the
brick. You might as well.
You had a cornerstone into the development. That's fair. So,
you also shared the ice with guys like Trevor Moore, who's obviously put together a pretty good season with LA, and Danton Heinen in Pittsburgh, and to watch those guys sort of stand out in the NHL. What does that mean to you? I mean, you were a guy that was charged with leading this team, right? You were an assistant captain. Yeah. You were, you played some role in developing these guys. So what does that mean to you to see them go on and have the careers they're having right now?
Oh, it means a lot. It's, seeing guys that you played with and, you worked with every single day and went to battle with at practice, and just kind of, pushing each other to get better. And that's what, guys like Morsey and Dano have in common. They push each other to get better every single day. And I think that's why they're having the success they're having now. And it's really fun to see.
So 9th season of pro hockey overall, 4th with the P-Bruins. Obviously you mentioned it before. That's not the way you guys wanted to go out this year as the Eastern favorite. But I mean, how do you assess that season that you guys had? A phenomenal regular season, couldn't quite get everything moving in the first round of the playoffs, ran into a good team in Hartford. But what was the season like for you this year in Providence?
It was a great season. I think, we're such a young team. So, that has obviously certain challenges that go along with that. But I think overall, we grew the entire season. I think from start to finish, we continued to get better and better as the season went on. And, to win our division, I thought that was a huge accomplishment. I think we have one of the hardest divisions in the American Hockey League. So I think it came down to the last weekend for teams to make playoffs. So I think it's such a hard division that you have to be ready every single night. And I think our team grew throughout the year and we're able to show up, and, obviously it was disappointing to lose, but overall I think it was a good year.
And how's it like playing at the Amp? I mean, obviously you've seen the transition from the Dunk to the Amp in terms of name likeness, but we see the crowd from a college basketball perspective. But every weekday or a weeknight when there's a game, I see the Bruins jerseys walking around, the buzz and excitement's there. But from your perspective on the ice, like how is it playing for a crowd that has such a prominent hockey culture in this New England area?
Oh, it's been amazing. I think my 4 years here, the crowd's been awesome, and I think it continues to get better and better every single year. And I think they bring that level of energy. Like, there's some nights in this league where it's like a Wednesday night and you think, no one's going to be in the stands. But, here in Prov, we have fans that show up and they support us and they're always there. And even on the road, in Hartford or Springfield, we have lots of Boston fans there and lots of Providence fans make the trip down. So, we're very thankful for that. And it means a lot to the guys.
So highlights of the season for you. I mean, I've got listed here 2 goals on the same game, or in the same game, on your birthday, nonetheless, on your 30th birthday, even more awesome from your interview with the club. It's something that allegedly you haven't done since you're 10 years old. So I mean, is that a moment that you look back on and say, like, how did I do that? Or was something different about your approach that day? Like, did someone give you a really amped up happy birthday text or something, or what happened there?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I asked my fiance, made an amazing pregame meal that day, but
that's a correct answer.
My nephew was in town. My sister and my nephew, who was about 9 months old, was in town, and so it was obviously his first time seeing me play. Even like probably slept the whole game, but I don't know, just having the family in town, and it being on the birthday, to be able to score two. I doubled my season total in one night, so it's nice to be able to contribute to the team in that aspect, because I don't do that very often.
And you got to sit there too. I mean, 30 years is still young. It's still young, but you got to be like, damn, I still got it. That 18-year-old kid on the ice still has it.
Yep, exactly. Just trying to get better every day.
That's awesome.
Was there another moment in the regular season or even the playoffs that stuck out? Maybe because I think, as you mentioned, there's a bunch of young guys, which we'll get into in a couple of points here. But was there something that sticks out for you as maybe a time that this team turned the corner, or you guys had a really solid win against a good team? What other moments stick out to you this season?
I don't know if I can name a specific moment, but I know. There are some times where, we were down a couple goals, late in games, and I think just the willingness for our guys to never give up, and just to see the guys compete all the way to the end. And, I think we had a couple big comebacks this year, and, it's never over till it's over. So I think just seeing the guys believe and having the confidence, and just seeing our confidence grow throughout the year, I think in the young guys, and just being able to, be down, but not out, and, fight our way back. I think, that just kind of showed the group we were. We never stopped.
And as a veteran on this team and a veteran in the league, I mean, you got to be named the 26th captain of the Providence Bruins history. That honor is obviously something that's not taken lightly. And you have so many different roles, from mentoring and, just team camaraderie with that title. But was there ever a moment in your career that you expected this opportunity, or did it come to a surprise joining the team and, becoming a captain not shortly after? Tell us how you felt when that honor was bestowed upon you.
Yeah, no, it was a huge honor. I was definitely surprised by it. It's not something that you tried for, I guess. It's something that you earn, and, for the coaches to be able to see me in that way and see me as a leader, and to be the guy to help lead this team and, mentor these young guys. It was truly special. And it's, I don't take it for granted, and I try and live up to that every single day.
Yeah, to talk about the young guys too. I mean, this was a really interesting year, Josiah, because from afar, right, you have guys like Mark McLaughlin that come up. He's been getting some burn at the NHL level. Joona Koppanen makes his NHL debut. Brandon Bussey and Kyle Kaiser sort of rotate through and get that called up as the E-Bug during the playoffs. I mean, when you see that, right, when you see these young guys that everybody's got their eyes on come up to the big show, get some reps, come back down. I mean, how cool is that for them, number one? And from your point of view, because it's sort of that, like, hey, you got your taste of the big leagues. Now you're coming back to help us win a Calder Cup, hopefully. How did you see their approach change when they came back from Boston to Providence?
Yeah, no, I think, I was obviously extremely happy, anytime someone gets called up and has success. And I think when they come back, I think they just have that itch for more, like they want to get back up, and so I think just the attitude and the work ethic they would bring every day, would push everyone else on the team to try and get there as well, so it just in turn makes everybody better.
And on the same wavelength too, I mean, you have prospects that now enter into the organization, and it's like, as a captain's responsibility and as a team as a whole, you're trying to prepare them for the next level. What kind of mentoring do you provide as that leader on the team to help guys get into the right mindset and prepare for, their upcoming, not only season and potential games, but their future career?
Yeah, I think for me, it's just leading by example, kind of showing them the right way to do things, whether it's in the locker room and just simple things like cleaning up after yourself or not making the equipment guys do everything for you. It's just to working hard in the gym, to on the ice every day in practice. Like there's no days off, so it's just kind of showing the guys how to do it. And then, if guys have questions, just help them out, and, hang out with them, get to know them off the ice. And, I think it helps bring everyone together and bring everyone closer.
You guys added Mason Lowry too towards the end of the year. Big old lefty shooting defenseman. A lot of Bruins fans, media, whatever, have their eyes on him. What did you see from him this year, and just how far can a guy like him go in this league?
Yeah, no, I think he's got so much potential. He came in and he stepped up right away. It's not easy to come in out of college straight into a team that's at the top of the division, and jump right into playoffs. Like that's pretty tough. And for him to come in and have that confidence in his game, and he adapted very quickly. That first game, he had a lot of poise, made great plays at the puck. And, I think he did an extremely well job for us. And I think he's got a bright future for sure.
And in your season wrap, you mentioned this team became a family, not only on the ice, but outside of it. We'll talk about your golf game in a bit. Hopefully it's pretty decent. But what kind of things did you guys do to build that camaraderie? And what did you experience in, whether it's Providence, Rhode Island, or just your day-to-day activities to help build that team bond?
Yeah, I think it's just every opportunity that we had to get together, we'd get together off the ice, whether, I'd host a game night at my apartment, or, we go out to dinner and just kind of enjoy each other's company and get to know each other, have fun. We went to a haunted house as a team back in the fall, and, just doing things together, having like barbecues, grilling out, if the weather's nice, going down to Newport. And like you said, golfing, we got out in the fall as much as we could. And then even in the springtime when the weather got nice, we're out there. And so that's always, an easy way for guys to become a family and, just have fun together, just whatever it is. I think, it's just having fun together. And that's, there's more away from the rink. I feel like that brings you together. And so that's, I think we did a good job of that this year.
So who's your, who on the team, best golfer? Where do you put yourself? And then your scratch worst guy.
Best golfer, I would say would be Braz, Big Braz.
Wow.
Kind of surprising. I know he's 6'8", but he's got one of the best swings I've ever seen. I think he's a scratch golfer, so it's fun to play with him. I don't like taking strokes, but he gives me quite a few strokes. So I don't know. I'm right in the middle. I got to figure out my chipping. So once I get that figured out, Brad's better watch out. But I don't know. I haven't golfed with everybody. But Georgii Merkulov, he's played golf 10 times, and I played with him like 2 days ago, and it's like he's going to catch up to me pretty quick. So he's got that natural ability.
I was going to say, like, a guy like him, has he, what a stupid question that I'm about to ask, but like, had he picked up a golf club before he met you guys?
I'm not sure. Like he literally played with him a couple days ago, and he was just like, yeah, it's my 10th time golfing. I'm like, you just outdrove me. Like I've been playing for 10 years. Like it's not fair. So, but no, it's fun.
That's what always happens. It's the guys you never expect. They might be just hustling you. They're like, oh yeah, it's my 10th time. Yeah, 10th time this week. Just outdrives everybody.
Exactly. He's sandbagging.
Fair enough. Are there any courses that you love playing on in this area, in this neck of the woods?
We go down to Lake of Isles quite a bit down in Connecticut. It's a quick 40-minute drive. So it's a beautiful course down in the woods there. So that one's fun. Where else? Newport National's fun. That one just gets very windy and pretty tough, but we kind of go anywhere. We're not picky.
To change the topic here from golf, I mean, philanthropy is also something that's been pretty top of mind for you. You were the team's winner of the IOA American Specialty AHL Man of the Year award for quote unquote outstanding contributions to the Providence community during the past season. I mean, for you, how important is that piece of your life? The philanthropic sort of giving back, making sure the community sort of sees you guys in action, right, and doing the things you're doing. And, how big of an honor is that for you personally?
Yeah, it's a huge honor. We're so fortunate to be able to play a game for a living, and to do what we do. And just for something so simple, it goes such a long way for other people, and so any chance I have the opportunity to go, whether it's visit the hospital or, food bank or just any sort of activity that, the team has, I'm jumping all on it. I want to be involved. And, it's like I said, it's so easy, but it means so much to the people. And I just love seeing a smile on someone's face and, being able to give back. Wouldn't be here without people. So just be able to give back is something that means a lot to me.
Love that. It's always, the sport's one thing, but what you do outside of it, is definitely, one of the reasons why you're an exemplary captain. So we appreciate you saying that. In terms of summer plans, I mean, I guess from our perspective, what does training look like in the summer? Is it kind of like you have a few weeks to breathe before you have to get back into the swing of things? What does that look like? And then, we'll dive into what you got on the fun side that you have planned.
Yeah, training. I like to take a couple weeks off. I took about a week off of doing absolutely nothing besides golf, which was definitely needed. And then I've kind of slowly started getting back into just some workouts, nothing easy, nothing hard, nothing to train, and just kind of some stuff on my own. And then I think next week I'm going to start getting back at it with a trainer and get going and get ready for the next year. The last couple summers, I was recovering from some injuries, so I didn't get kind of full summers of training. So I'm excited to get back at it full go this summer.
So before that, off to Iceland too.
Yep.
First of all, why Iceland? Was that just somewhere on the list? Obviously the reviews are incredible about Iceland, but what do you, to parlay that, what are you looking forward to the most about going?
I have kind of always wanted to go to Iceland. I've heard great things about it. My fiance has always wanted to go too. And, she kind of surprised me with the trip for my birthday. So she's got it all planned out. We're going to do a road trip around the whole island. So I'm excited for, just the Blue Lagoon, and, we're going to do a lot of hiking and just kind of exploring. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's a hell of a birthday. Like you score 2 goals, you double your season total from there. And then your fiance goes, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to Iceland. Like that's pretty sick.
Yeah. I'm pretty lucky.
Not a bad gig. As we close out, any places in Providence or Rhode Island that you frequent, food, beverage, nightlife, whatever the case might be, anything that stands out to you that you really enjoy?
Yeah, we love food. So I feel like you turn every corner here in Providence and there's great restaurants, up on Fed Hill, if you want Italian. And there's a lot of great little hidden places downtown that we go to a lot too. And we go down to Newport quite a bit. There's some restaurants down there, some bars, The Landing, TSK down there. And then we go to Mystic quite a bit down in Connecticut. It's kind of like a mini Newport, and we've got some really good restaurants and a lot of memories down there.
I mean, before we let you go, we've got to at least, I'm not saying you have to give predictions necessarily, but, I would assume you've been watching some of the NHL playoff. I mean, what stood out to you? And if you do have a team that you've watched and said, hey, they're going to go all the way, and would love to hear sort of your perception of these final 4 teams here, of where we're at in the Cup.
It's been fun. It's been fun to watch. I think it's anybody's game. You never know. On a nightly basis, I feel like every team's got the pieces to do it, and it's just who shows up on that night. So I don't really have a prediction on who's going to win or who I want to win. But it's been fun to watch. It's exciting, all these overtime games, and I feel like every game's been pretty close. So it's been a battle out there, and it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, off that 4 overtime game. I mean, do you have a game that in your career has gone like longer than an overtime or two? Because that really had me thinking of how rare that 4 overtime actually is.
Yeah, the year I won it in Charlotte, we went. We had a couple double overtime games, and the year before we actually had a 5 overtime game.
Oh,
I was hurt, so I wasn't playing the game. I had a concussion at the time, but it was like I don't think I sat down the whole 5 overtimes. Like watching it with the video coach, I was just it was anxious. It was 1, 2 in the morning. It was pretty wild. We had 100 shots on net and we lost.
Oh no!
It's crazy.
The dog's got to be barking after that too. 5 overtime. That's a lot of ice time. That's a lot of ice time.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, because 5 overtimes, if you play all of them, that's 100 minutes. So that's like more than, it's basically you're playing 2.5 games.
Yeah, it was, I can only imagine how tired the guys were because, I wasn't able to play in it, but I was tired just watching it.
Yeah. That's crazy. Any piece of advice that you have for guys, as we head into this new wave of talent and new cycle of the season, guys coming into the league, guys leaving college, heading to their different paths, any pieces of advice you have for, what's to come next and what's something you wish you knew back then?
I think just the advice I have is just never stop working. Don't take a day off. Don't take a second off. There's always guys coming that, they want your job, and, you got to keep improving and getting better every single day. And, it's the work you put in, no one's going to tell you to do it. So you just got to do it yourself. And, it's going to push yourself to get better, and, it's going to help you in the long run.
Cool. Love that message. It's been great. Dids, thanks a bunch. Best of luck for the hopefully full off-season training regimen, back on the grind for the first time in a couple of years, and go, I don't know what you do in Iceland. Do you fish? Do you, do you ski?
I don't know.
Probably, I guess you'll find out. Maybe go hiking or something. I have no idea, but enjoy Iceland, man. Thanks a lot for hopping on the pod, and we'll be rooting for the Providence Bruins.
Thanks for having me out, guys. I appreciate it.